Hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, multiverse. Welcome to Back of the Cereal Box. I am your host, the prophet of pop culture, John Pyka, but you can call me Johnny. And this morning, we are going to be reviewing the trade paperback collection, Batman and Harley Quinn by Ty Templeton and Rick Burchett. And we are going to do that right after this.
It's like Coca-Cola, Levi Strauss, Johnny Carson and Mickey Mouse. The first star was James Dean. Elvis Presley, yeah, he's still the king. Some things are only imitatable. You can't beat an original. Oh, you can't beat an original.
Thank you, Murdering Crows. They did that awesome theme song, Can't Beat an Original, and you can get their record, Four Bad Crows, at Amazon, Google, Apple Music. We also want to thank our sponsors, our supporters, our super cereal box friends, Sharice Collins, Cindy Kep, Brian Huff, Dave Manginelli, Dave Mattingly, Crystal Raven-Jones, and Eli Cash. And you too can have your name in lights at buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. And this is Back of the Cereal Box. I am your host, the prophet of pop culture, John Pyka. You can call me Johnny. And we are a pop culture podcast that celebrates the fun of the Saturdays of our youth while surviving adulthood today. And when I was a kid, Saturdays meant cartoons and comic books and kaiju and kung fu movies and board games and toys and action figures and all of that, and especially breakfast cereal. And because I am of an age where we did not have smartphones or tablets at the breakfast table on Saturday morning, or any morning for that matter, in between all of the fun stuff, we were reading the Back of the Cereal Box, and that was just as fun and exciting to us as anything else, because that was our newspaper, that was our world, that was our portal into a lot of geek pop culture. And sometimes they would have comics printed on the back of the cereal box with Marvel or DC characters. Sometimes it would be Bullwinkle or the Flintstones comic strip. And sometimes inside the box, you would reach in and pull out a comic book. And that's why, for me, Saturdays were always filled with comics. Even today, my Saturday routine is to eat cereal, watch cartoons, and then go up to the local comic book shop and get new comics. And a couple of weeks ago, I picked up Batman and Harley Quinn. Now, the main creative team on this is Ty Templeton and Rick Burchett, but there are some other folks that we need to credit. So Jeff Parker, Amanda Dibert, Matthew Dow Smith are the writers. And the main artist is Rick Burchett, and then Luciano Vecchio. And then we have Craig Rousseau, Sandy Jarrell, Dave Hahn, and Dario Brisella, and numerous other people involved, but those are the main folks involved. And up front, I loved this book. I loved it. Now, normally, I'm just going to be upfront with you. Normally, I would read something like this in one sitting. But in this case, because it is an anthology of separate stories that are loosely connected by the actions of Harley Quinn, I kind of savored this. And I read it over the course of several days. And a couple of the stories I liked so much, I went back and read again. There is a fantastic story in here that says Chapter 2, Poison Ivy, A New Leaf, and it's written by Jeff Parker, and it's a great story with art by Luciano Vecchio. And Pamela Isley gets, locked up in Arkham, and the first thing she does is try to escape, and the Batman catches her in the act. And this is a really, really great character study of Poison Ivy and the relationship between her and Batman and what he sees in her that she doesn't see in herself. Great story. Then the next story was among one of my favorites, and this surprised me. This was chapter 3, The Floronic Man, Judgment of the Green. And this was written by Matthew Dow Smith, and the artist was Sandy Jarrell. Art is absolutely phenomenal on this, and this deals with the Floronic Man, Jason Woodrow, being summoned to the woods, to the green, the Parliament of the Green. Here he is standing in front of them, the Parliament of the Green, to be judged. And lo and behold, Swamp Thing is there as the avatar of the green, the defender of the green. And this is all about basically a difference in philosophies. And I got to be honest with you, I've never been a Swamp Thing fan. Swamp Thing fan. Easy for you to say. But there was something about this story, about the rhythm, about the art that really resonated with me. And I really became a fan of this story and of this character. It was just really, really solid. Maybe my favorite story of the bunch is when Harley Quinn tries to get hired as a psychologist at a clinic. It's called Harley Quinn, The Good Doctor, and it's by Amanda Dibert and Dario Brizuela. And just again, a really super fun character study into the mind of Harley Quinn. Just great. Listen, I loved this book. I really can't say enough good things about it. Every story was fun, which is what I think comics should be. Every story gave you just enough details for you to jump in and to, appreciate the story. Like here's the earlier story where Poison Ivy and the Floronic Man are going up against Batman and Nightwing, and Harley is actually trying to convince Poison Ivy not to go down the path that she's going, because it's a dangerous, evil, destructive path, and she's going to end up killing people that she loves. And here's the Floronic Man, Jason Woodrow, conspiring with Poison Ivy, and that's what sets the stage for the later stories with Poison Ivy and the Floronic Man. And there's a story, Catwoman appears in this story, and then there's a solo story with her and Ivy or Harley later on. Just everything ties together, but it's all individual stories that are fun. And I loved this book. This was a lot of fun. And I think I've read some of the stories 3 times. I've read the whole thing at least twice through. And if you love fun adventure, if you like comics that are just fun, this is a great collection for you. I highly recommend it. And it is available at our partner, TFAW, Things from Another World. And the link is down in the show notes. You can go there and check that out at TFAW, Things from Another World. And since we're talking about comics, we need to acknowledge one of our partners, Comic Books for Kids.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
All right, guys and gals, that is going to wrap it up for Batman and Harley Quinn. I highly recommend it. I hope you pick it up. Let us know what you think. And if you like our shows, consider becoming a super fan yourself, a super cereal boxer at buymeacoffee.com/cerealboxpod. That address has been running along the bottom the entire show, but you can buy us a bowl, 2 or 3 of cereal, or the entire box, and help us grow and improve. And if you hate the show, donate even more generously. That helps us improve just for you. And above all else, you can support us by sharing this video, liking it, commenting, whatever platform you're watching on, subscribe and become a follower. Click the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Visit our sponsor, TFAW. Yes, it is an affiliate link. Yes, we get paid a little bit, but it doesn't cost you anything. And when you buy something from TFAW, it helps us a little bit. So check out Batman and Harley Quinn. And until the next time, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the back of the cereal box.